Today, I'm reviewing the KEFINE Klean single dynamic driver IEMs. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? David here from Prime Audio Reviews. The price of the KEFINE Klean is around $49. You can probably get it for lower on sale. KEFINE, they haven't been around that long. They've made, 3 IEMs previously? Let me think. They had the Planar, they had the Delci, they had the Delci AE. I believe this is the 4th. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. It's irrelevant. So we've got a single dynamic driver here, probably 10 millimeters. Too lazy to look at it right now. This isn't going to be a super in-depth review because once again, I'm super late to the party and everyone pretty much knows what to expect already, but I'm just going to throw in my 2 cents. These come with detachable nozzles because you get 2 nozzle filter sets in the box. This one, which is the black filter, and there's a silver filter. Now the black filter has just got a touch more treble energy or upper mid-range energy. I chose the black one because it just adds a little more spice, but I still find the highs smooth. No problems for me with sibilance or harshness whatsoever. To date, I think these are KEFINE's best shells. Really nice, all metal, super comfortable, just really low key, beautiful. They feel great in the hand and in the ears. So yeah, definitely best shells so far. So let's get right into the sound. I'm going to throw up a graph there. And there's nothing really outrageous about that graph. It's similar to popular tunings we've seen in the past. It's not too far removed from the Delci tuning, which pretty much everybody loved. Regarding the price difference, like the Klean here is $49, around $50. The original Delci was like $59, and then the Delci AE is $89. So definitely the best value, well, in my opinion, the best value is with the Delci and the Klean. Although having said that, I am going to do a little bit of comparison with the Delci AE too, but let's talk about that sound now. So like I said, tuning, nothing out of the ordinary. It is fairly balanced, slightly V-shaped, but you've got nice forward mids nonetheless. It's got a pretty lively bass. It's nice. It's a nice full-bodied bass, which does good sub-bass rumbles, really satisfying sub-bass rumbles, and it's also got a satisfying mid-bass punchiness as well. The bass quality, look, it's not the tightest bass you'll hear. It does have slightly blunted leading edges, but at the same time, it is able to deliver that sort of weight and impact without being overbearing overall and without compromising the clarity of the mid-range. So you could call the bass a little woolly, but that's not really the right term. I mean, it's mostly comes down to the tuning. It's not a fault with the quality of the driver. The driver is plenty agile. It is speedy enough, but it's just tuned to have that little bit of a thump in the bass, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Now into the mid-range, and look, the mid-range is really lovely. You get beautiful male and female vocals, you get good clarity. It's not the most forward mid-range, so don't expect something like the 7Hz Sound Notes 0 type of forward mids. It's more akin to something like the Zigat Nuo, which is another IEM that I thought was fantastic. But we got a nice tone in the mid-range. It's fairly spacious. It doesn't get congested. Pretty impressive timbre for a budget IEM, like $50. Oh, by the way, I forgot to look at the cable. Let's have a look at that now. Silver plated copper cable. It's really nice. Nothing special about it. It's kind of generic, but it works. It handles well. No microphonics, and yeah, it's good. But I will say that the included ear tips are pretty sparse. You get like 3 sets of generic ear tips. That's not really good enough in this day and age, in my opinion. Having said that, most people should be fine with the supplied ear tips. It's only the outliers like myself who have super large ears. Anyway, back to the sound. We've got the treble, which is, I would call it pretty smooth. Even with the black filters attached, it is a fairly even treble. It is detailed. These are surprisingly detailed. These do pick up those micro details rather effortlessly. Quite impressive, in fact. And that, in my books, is always a pretty impressive thing when an IEM has what I consider a smooth treble, yet it's also adept at picking out those fine details. Then the tuning is on target. Now, it's not the most airy or spacious or precise treble, but like I said, great detail retrieval. The extension is actually quite good, so it doesn't sound muffled. It doesn't sort of get cut off like there's a low ceiling or anything. It does float off into the ether, but it's not the most crispiest or sparkliest treble, but it's just perfect for this overall sound signature, and it just does its job well. Now, when it comes to Soundstage and technicalities, there's nothing special about the Soundstage, but there's nothing bad about the Soundstage either. Fairly average dimensions, but good proportions in both width and depth and height, and the stage position relative to the listener is fairly neutral. You don't feel like you're too far away from the stage. You don't feel like you're right looking up directly at the artist. You're just in the right spot, a couple of rows back. And really, there's nothing to complain about in terms of technical performance for an IEM at this price point. Now, let's do a couple of quick comparisons. Well, let's do one. I'm going to go straight onto the Delci AE, because like I said, it's like $80 or $89, or at least it was when I reviewed it. Now, the AE also comes with a couple of tuning filters. I'm talking about the Delci AE with the gold filter, and in the bottom section of the graph, they're very, very similar in terms of bass quantity, mid-range forwardness, but the AE is just a little more subdued in the upper mid-range, although you could argue that the core treble or the mid-treble has slightly better extension. So compared to the Klean, the Delci AE just moves that emphasis from the upper mids just slightly up into the middle treble a little bit. Both are amazing. There's no doubt the KEFINE Klean is the better value proposition. Like, the difference in audio quality is not that much. It really comes down to what kind of tuning you prefer. I will mention quickly the original KEFINE at Delci here. Now, the Delci compared to the Klean, it's kind of like the KZ ZS10 Pro versus the ZS10 Pro X. The Pro was just a little bit more raw, if you will. It just had a little bit edgier treble, a little bit punchier bass, and that's what the Delci is like compared to the Klean. The KEFINE Klean is a more refined version of the Delci, so you could say it's not quite as much fun, but it is slightly more mature and more refined. And at the end of the day, it is just a fantastic, entry level IEM around that $50 mark. You can get it for less during sales. Highly recommended. The best shell yet from KEFINE. I love these shells. Fantastic. They look great, super comfortable. And I'm going to wrap it up there. So thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Pa Family Audiophile style. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button before you go. And until next time, I'll see you later.